Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Forest Lake Morning Show. I am Tyler.
I'm Brendan.
And this is a very special episode for a number of reasons. First, not only is it the release day of our song, How I Feel, but we have our very first official guest. And not just any guest, this is a very special guest, a guest that is very close to the band and very close to me. This is the beautiful Victoria Linda Cohen out of Cleveland, Ohio, my sister, celebrating her 25th birthday as well on this episode. How you doing, Tori?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing very good. We are more than pleased to have you on the show.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, let's kick it off with this because you are from Cleveland. We are from Cleveland. How does it feel to be in Tampa? Because you have this knowledge of being from Cleveland, and now you come here and visit us, and you have a new perspective of what it's like to be here.
Well, I really love Tampa. This has only been my second time actually in Tampa, but I think maybe my 7th or 8th time in Florida itself. But so far, there's so much to do. The weather's beautiful. You can drive 20 minutes, watch the sunset, have your toes in the sand. Can't do that in Cleveland, but Cleveland's still home. So.
Cleveland's still going to stay home for you too as well for
a bit.
Undecided amount of time.
We'll see.
Okay, we do try to get Tori to consider moving down here a lot.
Try to get everyone.
They do.
We'll get back into that because I do want to give people at least a preference of like how really affiliated you are, not just being my sister, but as a band. Because we've mentioned it before, Tori Cohen is the unofficial member of the band in many ways.
She's our critic, our go-to critic.
She's our go-to critic. If you want to kind of get into kind of that and why we resort to her, just for being a critic.
Man, we gotta say it to her face now because she's here.
Oh yeah, this is yeah. Now we have to.
We talk about you behind your back all the time. No, I'm kidding. No, so Tori's like our go-to critic. Like we'll just send stuff to her, be like, "Hey, what do you think?" Brutal honesty, and I'd say like 90% of the time she comes back, she's like, "Yo, that sucks." Like, what have you done to the song?
So one of them being How I Feel, because as of recently, we've gotten Tori's critique on that song.
A little too late.
Would you want to elaborate on the song How I Feel from the re-released version to the original?
Yeah. So How I Feel, I believe Tyler wrote this song maybe 4 or 5 years ago when you were in the military, right?
With Brendan. I was out of the military at that point, but
okay. And Brendan kind of revamped it, made it a little, I guess, hoppier, more of a happy song. To me, it has like an indie pop vibe. And really transformed it, and it sounded really amazing in my opinion. I really love that song. I listen to it all the time. And then I'm pretty sure you took it off Spotify, and I was offended because I really
we talked about this last week where it was like the number one song. It was killing it. Everyone loved it, and then Tyler's like, "Yo, I'm gonna take it down. It's gone."
So a couple of my friends and I, because I showed some of my friends the song, and they're like, "Yo, like, where's How I Feel? Like, what's Tyler doing?" And he said, "Don't worry, like, we're re-releasing it." And we were like, "Oh no, like, why change something that's already good?" And I believe they kept the original vocals. They just added in some drums. And ultimately, I heard the new version. I do like it, but I didn't think it needed the drums. I thought I kind of like the more raw version of the original. But I still do like the song.
Well, thank you so much. It is certainly definitely less raw. If you do go listen to the original one, which is actually I think still on SoundCloud. I don't know if we should take that down. Compared to the one that just got released, it is a lot more clear cut, good sounding audio because we got it mixed and mastered.
Sure.
And we added those drums to it. But what I love is that we just get the toughest critiques from Tori Cohen because she doesn't care, and that's why she's great. She'll push us, and I don't know if it's because we feel like we don't have many more people to go to, but obviously Tori's just a trusted confidant with us now that we can trust she'll tell us the truth.
Well, I think being like she's your brother, she doesn't care about your feelings, right?
She's my sister, but yeah, I'm her brother.
I still care about your
that's
feelings.
what I meant. But like she doesn't care.
She doesn't care about my feelings.
Yeah. But like a lot of people that will ping ideas off of, like either they're not super musically inclined, or they're gonna be like, it's good, it's just good. Like they won't give you any more than that because they don't want to say, "Oh, dude, that sucks." Like, what are you doing? She doesn't care.
She doesn't care, and that's a good point too. Tori grew up playing music. Tori has some really great skills as a
thank you,
a born to be piano player. That's what you grew up playing. Everything we said about School of Rock, Tori was there for it all. Whether it was tours, whether it was all the shows that we played, or just hanging out with all the people that we were with. Piano primarily, right? That was the main thing.
Keyboards primarily. I tried guitar and I was not good.
Tried guitar, it was a little rough, but I do remember one time coming to see one of your shows at it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers show. And you were singing Snow Hey Oh by Red Hot Chili Peppers vocally, and you killed it. It was like the most, it was very sad. Like Tori put her entire emotion into this song at Brothers Lounge. I remember it vividly because I was sitting
I had a magenta pink hat on.
Yep. Black clothes.
Yep.
And I was sitting front row, and I was like, oh my God, this is my sister right now? This girl's killing it. Like, I was so blown away. But as a vocalist as well, and I know one time you were here last year, you kind of actually were throwing ideas at us melody-wise with some songs. With So I'll Wait, I actually think.
It was The Bridge.
The Bridge for So I'll Wait. Yeah. So Tori is a part of this band, whether you see her or don't. She's the unofficial third member. And we've always appreciated that. So thank you very much for just continuing to do that. She will continue to do that with anything we continue to release. So you can imagine that Tori's probably had said something good or bad about it. With that being said, one interesting thing too is out of the three of us here, I'd say Tori and Brendan have the most similar taste in music compared to me. I'm a little off the wall, but it has been apparent as of this weekend too. Like, you guys really vibe on the indie music. I don't know what it is, but it's the indie, like, unknown singer-songwriter.
I think what it is like, we just have good taste in music, whereas you, if it's not Coldplay, it's not in the books. You know what I mean?
I guess there's that. That is probably another reason why I think we like having you give some input, because you relate to Brendan with some similar stuff.
There's an indie one that we're writing. We should show her. I don't think she's heard it yet.
Yeah, we could definitely show you.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Get terrible critique on it because of how bad it is.
I might like it.
You might like it. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, right? It's your birthday. It's Tampa Bay. Let's get down to it. You said you have something to share with us.
Yes.
About this city, about something that you've experienced this weekend, because this weekend has been a little bit different than previous times you've been here.
Yes.
You've been living life this time.
Yeah. So the first time that I came to Tampa was actually about a year ago. It was in May. We had a wonderful time. We went kayaking. We went to St. Petersburg. We went to the beach. It was very touristy with a local guide. This trip has been very different. A lot's more adrenaline, if you will. So the story I want to share is actually from yesterday. My best friend Maddie is actually also in Tampa right now, visiting her family. So we met up yesterday. She ran into an old college friend who lives here, and she invited me to go on her boat because she takes it out about once a week. So we went to, where did we take off from?
Rick's on the River in Tampa. If you know the area, Rick's on the River is just, it's Bayside.
Yeah, so we took off from Tampa on this boat. Beautiful weather, gorgeous, not even super hot, sunny. We had good music playing. I'm like, this is going to be a great day. This was, only maybe my third or fourth time on a boat. The wind's hitting you. So we drive it down to the bay. We find this little island. We hop off. We're swimming. We got off onto the island, and then we get back on the boat. So we were out for maybe like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then we start feeling raindrops. And we're like, oh no, maybe we should start heading back. Well, it started picking up. And, before we knew it, it was like raining pellets. The whole sky's gray. We tried to head back to the bay, but the driver had no visibility, and it was too dangerous. The wind, the boat was rocking. I was like, is this it? Like, is this how I die before my 25th birthday?
The day before.
I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen Outer Banks, but it kind of felt like we were in an episode of Outer Banks. But the, I guess, glimmer of hope that happened was we were sitting parked for about 40 minutes. Then we went back to the island just for safety. And it was still really gray. Couldn't see anything. The rain, it was painful.
It was bad.
But the glimmer of hope that was the coolest thing that I've ever experienced was we saw a rainbow forming, a really big rainbow. And we saw it forming from the right to the left side, so curving like that. And the rainbow went all the way down, literally to our boat's edge. And we all looked at each other and we're like, we're the pot of gold.
Oh my God.
It was the coolest thing.
You saw this thing transform as it was happening.
Yeah, we saw it literally go like this, and it literally went all the way down to the edge of our boat. And that's where it stopped. And we all looked at each other and we're like, we're going to make it out. Like, this was fun, but let's not do this again.
So you are a leprechaun, I guess.
I guess so.
Coming with the luck.
Yeah, we're the pot of gold.
That is actually really cool. I've never been on a boat stuck in a storm here yet in Tampa, but I feel like that's like
it was scary.
I feel like that's
it's a little freaky. Yeah.
You've been in that situation?
Yeah, on Lake Erie.
Oh, Lake Erie.
Like you can't see anything, you can't get back.
Yeah. They when we got back to the dock, the members working at the dock actually said they had to do a bunch of rescues because the weather was pretty. I mean, you couldn't see anything.
Welcome to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But we survived,
Florida.
and I now have a very exciting story to tell. But I hope it never happens again.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just Florida. You have to survive. We talk about how great it is to live here. Honestly, every day is just survival against nature.
Okay. It's not that bad. This is not Australia where everything's trying to kill you.
Whether it's pythons, whether it's snakes.
When's the last time you saw a python?
Or gators. I haven't seen a python yet, but there are snakes everywhere. And there's gators and crocodiles, and Mother Nature's just throwing hurricanes at this place. But that's actually so cool. You got to see a transforming rainbow. I don't know if I've seen a transforming rainbow, but you are very cool. a ray of sunshine yourself, and a good thing of luck. So good thing you're at this house.
I felt like that was our sign, because I was honestly scared. To be honest, I was. And when I saw that rainbow hitting our boat, I was like, this is a sign. Like, we're going to be okay.
Yeah. And you guys took that out to Beer Can Island too, I think.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with that. I'm not. Have you been there yet?
I haven't been there, no. I've heard of it.
Beer Can Island?
Yeah.
Were there beer cans there? Or that's just the name of it?
I think that's just the name of it. There's like a tiki bar on the island, but there's like boats that park and kayaks, and there were a bunch of kids there too. They had like activities, but it was nice.
That's so cool. When I think of it, I just think like you show up to an island, there's just beer cans flooded, like people ruined
There's
it.
no seashells. Tourists are like
pretty clean.
Getting the sunscreen on, just going and picking up beer cans, souvenirs.
It's like a dump. Yeah. There's some places like that, but very cool. As far as your experience comes to Tampa, I know it's just another reason to say you should move here, because we also went out on Friday night, which was a nice, it was first Friday in St. Pete, which is like every first Friday of the month is a big party downtown on Main and Central. And then this was also Cinco de Mayo, so it was wild. But we did have run-ins with strangers, especially this social butterfly who was literally talking to every person on the sidewalk because she may have had one too many drinks in their system. So she was feeling good, and she was talking to everybody, and they were just saying, oh, you got to move down here. You got to move down here.
Yeah.
Got to move down here.
The people here, I will say, are very friendly. I mean, coming from Cleveland, we have a sort of reputation that people in the Midwest are very friendly. I think people in Florida are maybe just as friendly, if not friendlier. Yeah, in my experience.
It's the sunshine. It's the vitamin D that you
it's hard to be sad.
It really is. Do you feel it? Do you feel like naturally you're just
100%. Like, you don't notice it until you get a gloomy day here.
Yeah.
And then you're like all sad and like tired, and you're like, God, this sucks.
Yeah.
And then you go back to Ohio, and it's like 6 months out of the year, it's just straight gloom.
Mm-hmm.
But it's affordable to live in Ohio, so it's nice.
Yeah.
You're not paying Tampa type prices. But very cool. With that, I don't know how much more else we're trying to really talk about as far as music goes and whatever the case. So I think that about does it. Is there anything else you want to share with us or talk about before we
put her on the spot?
Wrap this up? Let's go around and just say your favorite memory from this weekend, and also your favorite song that you're listening to right now on repeat.
Okay, awesome.
Just to wrap it up.
Are we doing
which is the artist of the week?
Are you ready to get that information out there?
Yeah. Sure, kinda. Semi-prepared.
Let's do it.
We'll do a recap too. We'll make a post on Insta to kind of if I missed anything here, or if I miss anything when we do the artist of the week. Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do we'll shout out our artist of the week because it's a new segment we're trying to introduce as of this past week. So we'll do that, and then we'll go around and do a nice cap off with Tori's song request and favorite memory of the weekend.
Sure.
That way we have it documented. This is going to be down for history. So we look back and say, wow, look at us.
There you go.
I like it.
Look at where we come from. All right.
Artist of the week. Drum roll. HARBOUR the band. HARBOUR the band. HARBOUR, I believe. They are a 5-piece like indie pop rock band from Cincinnati, Ohio. This is, just to clarify, Artist of the Week is not going to be like Ohio bands. It just so happens this guy or this band is from Ohio as well. But HARBOUR the band, 5-piece, they are awesome. They're awesome. They're doing it right. They're playing a crap load of shows. They're playing so many shows. They're one of those bands where like you just want to go and support them because they're hustling. They are grinding, and it's awesome to see that. And they have great music, really well produced. It's well written, and the singer has an awesome voice, I will say. But what's that one song? Judy, You Hung the Moon. Judy, You Hung the Moon. Go listen to it. It is the coolest vibe from like a pop rock band. It's like, what's the Beach Boys? It's a little Beach Boysy, and that's so cool. Like to bring back like old styles like that. We'll post a link for you to go check it out. But HARBOUR is awesome.
And just to clarify, you said Judy, You Hung the Moon?
Judy, You Hung the Moon.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Their title is HARBOUR the band. Like that's not just, you're not just adding that on. That's their band.
I'm not sure if it's HARBOUR or HARBOUR the band, but sometimes if you just search HARBOUR, it'll pop up HARBOUR the band because I think HARBOUR is just kind of
like like the term HARBOUR.
Yeah, it's too generic. But yeah, and they're not huge either. Like they're very approachable. They were touring like crazy, and I was like, guys, come to Tampa. Like, where are the Tampa shows? And they're like, hey man, sorry, we're working on it. Finally, thank you guys. They're coming to Tampa. We have to go see them. They're playing at some beer bar or something, beer garden.
We'll put the information in the.
So we'll definitely check it out.
We'll link the information for sure. Awesome. Shout out to HARBOUR the band. And from there, Brendan, if you want to roll it this way, favorite song you're listening to right now.
Oof.
And then also your favorite memory of this weekend with Tori in town.
Come back to me on song of the week or song that I'm listening to right now. There's so many, but like I'm terrible with song names because I'll just play it. I'll shuffle it in like a Spotify playlist. I'm like, oh, this one's cool, but I don't like look at the name specifically. Like it's just kind of in and out. I'll think of it.
Okay. Favorite memory?
Favorite memory. I can't say it. Tori knows. I can't say it.
Are you guys not gonna say it? You guys don't want to say it?
I'd get her in trouble.
Will you get in trouble? You're gonna get in trouble.
Dad can't know.
If Dad is watching this podcast, I would be thoroughly impressed if he took the time to do that. I think he could share it. Could he share it?
Sure.
Share the favorite memory of this weekend.
She was my backpack on the sport bike.
On the sport bike.
She rode on the back.
Brendan recently got into sport biking, so this was actually the first time for him to have a passenger on the sport bike, and the first time for Tori to ever be on a sport bike. This is the first of many firsts. Or this is a many firsts for Tori this trip.
Yeah.
Getting caught in the middle of a storm on a boat, riding a motorcycle, going to First Friday. Couple other things, yeah. So you thoroughly enjoyed that, I think, as well. I don't know if you guys didn't go that far though, right?
She wouldn't let me go far.
Down the street.
Just down the street and back.
30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I was terrified, but I had fun.
But still had fun, still had a first. All right. Favorite song for me, just going to go classic, Yellow, Cool Play.
No.
What?
No. I refuse to allow that.
Why can't I say that?
No. Give me something else.
I listened to it today with
Okay, that's fair. But
okay, all right. I just didn't want to shout out another band and their song because we're doing Artist of the Week, so I don't want to take away from that. But I will say a song of this week that I listened to because I used it for a video was Tired Eyes by Best Friends, BES.
Oh, that's solid.
PHRENZ.
Yeah.
So very indie song, but that's my song of the week. Tori?
So, yeah, this is hard. I have so many songs I'm listening to on repeat. I kind of do that thing where I listen to the same artist or song for like 2 months until I get sick of it. But for me, I'm still on Keep Driving by Harry Styles. I believe it's off his most recent album.
A couple times this week.
It's a very chill song, good vibes, relaxing. Harry Styles is one of my favorite artists. at the moment, probably for the past 6 months or so. Great song, check it out. And I don't think it's one of his most popular ones either. Yeah, it's a really good song. And as far as my favorite memory, that's hard. I want to say, I don't know if I can pick one.
Is it the boat? Was it the boat experience? You can say that.
I mean,
even though you
to be honest, yes. Like I feel like that was a once in a lifetime thing to have the rainbow literally meet you and stop at you like you're the pot of gold. Like that was the coolest thing I've ever experienced as far as like
that is pretty
a rainbow. So that was definitely a highlight of the trip. And besides that, I would say the other highlight would be Friday night. We met up with some of Tyler's friends that he knew when he previously lived in the Destin area. And we just went out dancing, and I don't know, we weren't really like on our phones a whole bunch. Like we were just enjoying life and good people, good vibes, and yeah.
Yeah, and we still have some time to make more memories here, so that's the crazy thing. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. We are doing a budget operation here, as you can see, our mic setups. I got this mic. The chairs aren't yet the way we want them, and this is like our first guest, who is a very special guest, so it's great to have this kick off the guest show type of appearances. Yeah. But with that...
On her birthday.
On her birthday, so happy birthday, Tori.
Thank you for having me.
We shall celebrate later. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here and go have fun in this beautiful Tampa City. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning into the Forest Lake Morning Show. Go stream Forest Lake's new song, How I Feel, on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you will listen to music. Pandora, I don't know, but it's there. And we'll link it if it's not.
Yes.
So...
And stop giving us shit that the lyrics aren't there on Spotify. We're working on it. We're working on it. It's a process. It's actually harder than it sounds.
Are we getting shit for that?
We're getting some shit. So
it is a process, time process, but
it'll get there.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, thank you so much for joining us. Peace out.
We'll see you next week.